Thank you for joining me today. I am about to share the screen. Awesome. I want to thank you for taking the time out to click this video. Hail, hail to the Primal. Awesome. Welcome. Self vibration. I want to thank you for joining me today. How to move from duality to non-duality. To move from duality to non-duality, there are certain steps that we have to take. Today we are going to look at the first step. You need to self-inquire. You need to ask, who am I? Self-inquire means that you are asking yourself. You are inquiring of yourself. Now, which self are you inquiring of? Because obviously you do not know. So, hopefully you have come into the realization that there are many aspects to yourself. Yourself has fragmented itself into many different layers and levels of yourself that you will access to know different aspects of yourself. You have fragmented yourself so that you can learn about yourself. There are so many aspects of the self on different levels. And each time I finish one level, here comes the next level of myself that I must learn about. The self wanted to learn about itself. That's why the self fragmented itself, so that it can learn about all the fragmented aspect of itself. And it would shatter itself and put itself back together again. This has been the puzzle, the self puzzle. This is the reason that you want to be on the mission self-rescue. Because you have to go on the mission to rescue all of yourselves that you have shattered and fragmented into the duality aspect of your own self. So this is a big mission for the self. But each self is on each level have a task. And so you're on this level, you also have a task that you also have to fulfill this task. You have the baton in your hand. You're on a relay race of self-realization. And so this is what we are going to look at today, why you must self-inquire. Who am I? I am Primalite, prepared for the world, with this self-identity in this form as Auset, Aten Ra. I am the Liberator, and I advocate for all selves. We are on a mission, self-rescue, to castrate this duality dream character called the ego false self, to return to being my real and true self. The battle that must be won is against the mind. The battle has always been the mind fighting against itself. The mind is sick and prone to delusion, mental sickness, and evil. Stillness calms, purifies, and heals mind sickness. Stillness is the remedy for the mind. Yes, and of course, castrating this ego. This is how you do it, through stillness. Hail, hail to the primal light. Our question today is, who am I? How do I identify? Why do I need to self-inquire? That is the question today. Why do I need to self-inquire? Why do I need stillness? Because many ones don't know that they need stillness and they need to self-inquire. All is myself, I alone exist. All of myself must return unto me. Hail, hail to the primal light. I want you to be saying this affirmation with me, this salutation to the Self Supreme. This is the reason why I took the time to type out these things and did a PowerPoint so that everyone can learn the words and you can read it along with me when I am saying it. Hail, hail, hail to the primal light. Hail to the true light. Hail to the transparent light. Hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, hail to myself supreme primal light. I bow to the primal teacher. I bow to the eternal truth. I bow to the eternal self. I bow to the great supreme wisdom within. I bow to the great supreme truth within. I bow to the great supreme intelligence within. I bow to the great supreme teacher within. Hail, hail, hail to the primal light. All is myself, I alone exist. All of myself must return unto me. Salutations to all my supreme selves in alignment to bring balance to this dream existence. So you can also say the salutation to all of your supreme selves in alignment. Like I say, the self has fragmented itself on many levels. All of these selves, they have their duality, which becomes another dream. So this is how many levels of dream that we are entangled in from the duality selves. So hail, hail to our self supreme Aten Ra. Aten Ra is victorious, triumphant. Hail, hail to our next fragmented primal light self, manifest. Self-manifest is victorious, triumphant, bringing its duality, returning to non-duality. Hail, hail to our next fragmented primal light self, the unmanifest. Self-unmanifest is victorious, returning its duality, returning it to non-duality. Victory, victory, triumphantly. Now hail to my void self, manifest. Void self manifest is victorious, triumphant, moving its duality, returning to non-duality. Victory. Here to next void self, baby, unmanifest. Baby, unmanifest void self is victorious, triumphant, moving its duality, returning to non-duality. Here to the next void self, unified, unmanifest. void, unified, unmanifest self is victorious. Victory, victory. Triumphant. Moving its duality, returning to non-duality. Victory, victory. Now hail to my self-supreme that has no name, that can't be explained. My self-supreme that has no name, that can't be explained is victorious. Victory, victory, triumphant, moving its duality, returning to non-duality. Now hail, hail to myself supreme. Myself supreme. Hail to myself supreme primal light. My self-supreme, primal light, one truth, authentic, pure self is victorious. Victory, victory, victory. Moving its duality, returning to non-duality. Triumphant, victory, victory, victory. Yes, victory to all the selves in the world. All the selves in the world wearing human body that is enslaved by its mind, return to non-duality. Victory, victory, victory. All selves are free, all souls are free. Victory, victory. Now, let's chant together. I am primal light. I am the true light. Let's do this 8 times, and then we will do the vibrations after. So, I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. And now let's do the vibrations. I give honor to myself supreme. Mind be still. I am primal light. I am the true light. So the first vibration, let's do it. Remember to spiral the vibration around your body. So one more time, let's go. And now we will do the second vibration. And now one more time. vibration. One more time. And so you want to practice these vibrations for at least half an hour. So let's do it now. Our turn. Our turn. So now the talk today is the objective is for us to move from duality to non-duality. Today's question is, who am I? Why stillness? And why should I self-inquire? Hail, hail to the primal light. For this, I am going to read something from the book, Soul Seed. So let's get out of the sharing. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the true light. I want to give honor and reverence to our Self Supreme. So, this is the book, Soul Seed, written by Auset, Aten, and her baby self, Jasmine Ja. Even though she's no longer, she has merged in with Auset. So, in the book, this is stillness and self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquire to know. So why stillness? You are under false self-identification. The mind thinks that it is the real self. The mind is delusional and is prone to madness, mental sickness, deception, and evil thoughts. Sorry, but I must break your bubble of the spell cast over you by your mind. Your mind is the root of all evil. You cannot trust your ignorant mind. The mind is the intelligence of the duality, the dream world. The mind is not the intelligence of the self. You cannot look into the mind to find yourself. It does not know. Why stillness? Stillness is the single most important thing that you can do to come into self-truth. Stillness quiets the mind and bring it down into the void self to be purified and restore light and balance to it. The Supreme Teacher rises up within with stillness and self-inquiry. All evil stems from a tainted mind. Therefore, stillness is the remedy for the mind. Stillness is the void self. This duality existence is being dissolved, and the world will go through lots of changes. Therefore, the changes will affect the mind. Stillness is very vital to maintain balance in these last days in duality. In the book, we have a contract in here for stillness, that you have to make a vow of stillness for mind purity. So it will be I, Auset, vow to 21 to 30 days of stillness for mind purity. I realize that on entering this duality existence, the dream world, I was given a replica of the tainted duality consciousness that is prone to evil thoughts, deception, delusion, and mental sickness. As a result of this duality mind, I am aware that I must cultivate my mind and practice stillness. Also, I need to practice stillness for the self-void meditation to stabilize the mind. This mind that does not belong to me, it was loaned to me to explore this duality dream world by my Supreme Self, Supreme Ra. This mind belongs to consciousness, who is the Supreme Ego known as Brahma. Brahma, mind and intelligence of this dream world. I vow to take care of this mind that was loaned to me. I vow to practice daily stillness. I vow to do the self-void meditation or the self-heart meditation to stabilize myself in the void, unmanifest, unified, pure, non-dual self. I vow this day, and you sign it. So this is something that you want to do, to make this vow to yourself so that you will hold yourself accountable. Self-inquiry. Who am I? How to get the mind to go looking for its real self, because the mind is thinking that it is the self. Who am I? What am I? How to break the bond of non-awareness. What is the source of my existence, allowing me this world experience? How to awake the sleeping self. You must self-inquire to know all of this. Why do I self-inquire? I self-inquire to get the Supreme Teacher within to rise up from stillness and pull this tainted mind, the ego, off of me so I can be liberated from this dream. I self-inquire to get the mind to go looking for its real self. The self is obscure behind the mind, sleeping. I self-inquire to wake the sleeping self up. Chanting, I am primal light, I am self-luminous, wakes up the sleeping self and illuminates you. The baby self must awake to identify its parent self, the soul. The witness self, because the mind is in ignorance of the self-soul. The mind sees the soul, it does not know. When you are wearing this mind avatar, you just think your soul is something that you should have and you give it away willy-nilly to anyone who asks you for it. But the soul is the real self, and you are the baby self in the body animating it, and do not know that your parent self is the soul. That you must join union with your soul to be one unified self, and it's not something for you to give to anyone and imprison, put it in prison and in slavery. The mind does not know the soul is the real self. The mind thinks that it, the ego character, is the real self. This is why you have to go into stillness. This is why you must self-inquire. So right now, we are going to do the Who Am I self-inquiry affirmation. We're going to share that, and then after that, we're going to do the stillness. All right? So let me do that. So remember what you have to do. You must what? Still your mind. Why must you still your mind? You need to answer that question into your I hope you have a journal that you have been writing things down in. you have a journal that you've been writing things down in. So when the questions arise in the book, then you have to seems like okay, seems like I closed the thing down, so now I have to go look for it. Who am I? Self-inquiry. So just give me a second to find it back. I just had it and I accidentally closed it down. Yeah, so you have to you must self-inquire. This is the only way that you're going to know, because your supreme teacher rises to stillness and self-inquiry, because the supreme teacher within is in stillness and must rise up to answer your question. Yeah. So this is what you want to do. You want to always be alright, so let's just do that vibration right now while it's playing. We're in the pause. Yeah. Now it's your turn. No, it's your turn. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. So now we are going to pause that music and we are going to do the Who Am I self-inquiry. Let's do that.
Who am I? What am I made of?
Say, who am I and what am I made of? Good job. Who am I and what am I made of?
Where I?
I call out my soul that I come into being. Who am I?
What am I made of?
Very good. Good, Connor.
Where I?
What am I made of?
Where am I made of?
Who am I meditation? Shoulders up, back straight, nice and tall.
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. I've got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll know. Got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll grow. Who is the real me? Real self arise. Ego gotta go goodbye. Bye-bye, ignorance child. Who am I? Self-inquiry. I self-inquire within. I self-inquire to know my truth. Who am I? What am I made of? How did I come into being? How did I get here? Where do I go after I leave here? What is the source of my existence allowing me this world experience? What is my destiny? Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who is the real me? Real self arise. Ego got to go goodbye. Bye-bye, ignorance child. I got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll know. Got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll grow. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Self-inquire. I call, 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 I call. I call on my supreme truth within. I call on my supreme truth within. I call on my supreme wisdom within. I call on my great supreme teacher within. I call on my great supreme intelligence within. I call on my great supreme wisdom within. I call, I call, I call, I call, I call, I call. I call, I call, I call, I call, I call, I call. I call on my great supreme teacher within. Rise. Real self arise. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Real self arise. Ego gotta go goodbye. Bye-bye, ignorance child. Got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll know. Got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll grow. Who is the real me? Who am I? Self-inquiry. I seek my truth from within. I seek my truth from within. I seek my great supreme truth from within. I seek my great supreme teacher within. I seek my great supreme intelligence within. I seek my truth from within. I seek my great supreme wisdom within. I seek my truth from within. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? What am I made of? How did I get here? Where did I come from? How did I come into being? Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who
Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who is the real me? Real self arise. Ego got to go goodbye. Bye-bye, ignorance child. I've got to ask the question, that's the only way that I know. I've got to ask the question, that's the only way that I grow. Who am I? Self-inquire. I trust my truth from within. I trust my great supreme truth within. I trust my great supreme wisdom within. I trust my great supreme intelligence within. I trust my inner wisdom. I trust my inner truth. I trust my inner supreme intelligence. I trust my inner supreme teacher. I practice discernment to be able to differentiate the real from the unreal, the self from the ego. I have to be awake, alert, attentive, and aware. Who am I? Who am I? Self-inquire. Who am I? I self-inquire. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Who am I? Real self arise. Ego got to go goodbye. Bye-bye, ignorance child. I've got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll know. Got to ask the question, that's the only way that I'll grow. Who am I? Self-inquiry. Self-inquire. Self-inquire. You've got to ask yourself the great intelligence within. You've got to ask the great intelligence within. You've got to trust your great supreme wisdom within. You've got to trust your great supreme teacher within. Self-inquire. Self-inquire so that you can know. This is just no other way around it.
If you don't ask, you will never know. So you must ask. You must ask so that you can know. There's only one way to self-inquire so that you can know. So now we will share the next video, the stillness video, and we will close out with that. So remember that stillness is very important for the mind. The world is moving into balance. There's lots of changes in the world. It's affecting the mind of all the beings. So you must engage in stillness and self-inquiry so that you can bring light and balance and purity to your mind. All right, so here we go.
Welcome. Please sit in a lotus position. Close your eyes and visualize a sacred circle around you. I want you to visualize like the light as bright as the sun. Visualize your sun encircling you, and you are safe, you are still, and you are calm. Inside your sacred circle, it is just you and you alone. In stillness, it is about quieting the mind so that we can listen to our inner truth, our inner self, our inner intelligence, our inner wisdom, our inner teacher. I am stillness. I am awake, alert, attentive, and aware. I am stillness without thoughts.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. And try to do your practice daily of stillness and self-inquiry. This is the most important thing that you can do, to self-inquire all the time, because there are many levels of the self and all these layers, and if you want to get to know all of yourself on these levels, then you have to self-inquire, because each level of yourself is going to introduce you to the next level of yourself. Yeah. So from my situation, once the Supreme Teacher rose up and pulled the ego off myself, that was the baby self, known as the spirit, which was Jasmine was playing that role, and now Jasmine has merged in with Auset, because Auset is the soul self, and Jasmine is the spirit self, the baby self of Auset, the soul self. So now they are merged together as one self. The one that had to come to do that was Aten Ra. But before Aten Ra came, the parent to the self that you have within, the Supreme Teacher within you, is the Primal Teacher. She comes because she has to get back her baby self back onto her. So there is so many levels, and so when she came, she was with me. So she was with me for a while. Then I also found out that she is the feminine to Shiva Shambho, which is what the world known as Osiris. But of course, that avatar no longer exists. The real self is Shiva Shambho. And so now they are merged together, making one self. So I learned that my masculine self was Shiva. So Shiva came to me, and then Shiva introduced me to Shiva Shambho, which was which I knew back in ancient time as Osiris, but that was just the avatar. And then now I was into then Aten Ra came. You know, first I was introduced to Brahman, but I didn't even know it was Brahman. You know, so each level of the self is introducing to you the next level of itself. Then Aten Ra introduced me to self-manifest. Self-manifest introduced me to the unmanifest. That's the primal light fragmented self. Then the unmanifest fragmented introduced me to the void manifest self. And so this is the level. That each level of the self, but you have to do this work first. If you don't do this work, you'll never get to know all of the levels of yourself that you are on. You have fragmented yourself in so many levels, and you'll never get the experience. And this is the time and now to get those experience of all of yourselves and all of these levels. And they too have dualities that have become the existence. Yeah. So this is the way to know. You know, you have to do this work. You have the button right now in your hand. Yes, you want to self-inquire, because this is the trickery that the mind did not want play and did not want everyone to know, because many one are saying this is too simple. This is too simple. Why are you teaching these simple things? And I said this is the reason why the self encoded them within us, that even a baby, a child, can know how to do it. And I have done this with children, and they have activated themselves. Take off the ego now as merged in with their self soul, and the spirit soul is now merged, unified as one self. So this is the way to go. Yes, you might say, oh, this is simple. I'm sitting here inquiring of myself, who am I? You don't know. You're in false identification. You don't know. So you want to ask. You want to come to this realization that you don't know. Because you don't know and you're making false self-identification, then you want to ask. And remember, you have to practice discernment while you're asking. When every thought arises, you want to know from where it arises from. Because the mind, your mind, is always there trying to deceive you. So this is it. It is so simple what to do, but how to do it is a process that you have to take, and you have to be like adamant about you wanting your liberation. You're wanting to know. It has to be this burning desire inside of you. Otherwise, the self will not rise up if you don't do that. Still the mind. Don't call on anyone, anything outside of you, no God, no deities, just yourself, your self soul. It's the only thing that you need. You are equipped with everything that you need already. Yes, this is what the mind trying to trick you. So I will see you in the next videos. I want to make the videos them like this, where I for the next couple of weeks I want to do this. So I ask a question of the self. We do the meditation and we close off, so that you can come to the videos anytime you want and just do it. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth. I am Primal Light, prepared for the world with this self-identity as Auset, Aten Ra. I am the Liberator, and I advocate for all selves. All is myself, and I alone exist, and all of myself must return unto me. This is the self-supreme Primal Light. Yes, did you hear what I said? I am what? Primal Light, prepared for this world, wearing this body, right? This self-identity as Auset, Aten Ra. So just know who I am. Yes. I am here. I am here for you. I've been there and I have done that. There's nothing in this world that I have not been there and done. I am all. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you at the next sunrise. And remember, reach out to me if you have any questions. I am here for you.